Good morning, children. Welcome to today's session. Children, in yesterday's class, I introduced to you regarding the tanks and groundwater. You remember anything about tanks and groundwater yesterday? Of course, groundwater is part 2 and tanks is part 1. So, we were discussing in detail about the tanks. So, under the tanks we learned these tanks were built by the military rulers, especially Kakatiyas in Plateau region built many tanks. We have tanks like Bhadrakali in our village, in our city, and tanks like Dharmasagar tank and even Ramappa, Laknavaram. These are some of the tanks which provide irrigational water as well as drinking water. And we also learned that these tanks in the villages are being maintained by all the people collectively, and there is a person who regulates the flow of the water to the fields. He is called as Neerati or Neeru Katte Manishi. These tanks also help in the providing of agricultural water and drinking water, and even in the times of drought they provide a single crop. For one crop they provide the water. And with the help of the tanks, even groundwater level also started increasing in most of the villages, and the government of Telangana started repairing these tanks in a large scale. The process of desiltation or repairing the bunds, the tank bunds, it has taken up under the program called as Mission Kakatiya. So what was the tagline of Mission Kakatiya, children? Mana Uru, Mana Cheruvu, isn't it? So our village, our tank. So in order to rebuild these tanks and bring the village prosperity back to these places, the government of Telangana is very committed. Today we shall learn about a village in Nalgonda district called as Betavolu. The name of the village is Betavolu, which is located some 16 kilometers from Kodad, which is in Suryapet. So this actually is located in Kodada, Suryapet, and we shall also see that according to the village elders, Betavolu got its name actually because of the Betala Reddy, who was a subordinate of kings of Kakatiya. So Kakatiya's subordinate king, he was Betavolu, Betala Reddy. So on his name, they named the village as Betavolu. So he got the tank built on the name of his wife, and his name's wife is Veerla Devi. So the villagers called this tank as a Irla Devi tank. They call this name, the tank, as a Irla Devi tank, and the tank irrigates about 1900 acres. It's not a 500 or 1000 acres. Today the tank irrigates 1900 acres of land, and original catchment area, the original catchment of this tank was 3000 acres when it was built. But due to the illegal encroachment and due to many other reasons, today it fell down to 1900 acres. And you know, children, on the tank bund there is also small shrines like Kattamaisama shrine, Kattamaisama. Generally you find, have you visited tank bund, Hyderabad, which is the bund which has been built across the river Hussain Sagar. If you go to the lower tank bund, you find a temple, a small shrine of Kattamaisama. So generally, even in the villages also, on the bund, they build small shrines, and the fisher folk or the Mudiraj community people or Gangaputra community people, they pray before they enter into the tank for fishing. These are the communities which fish in the tanks. So these people pray before entering into the tank, and these shrines will be maintained by them, and also they conduct annual fairs. Even annual fairs also will be conducted by this community yearly. And when you look at the Betavolu, in Betavolu there are 600 families which depend upon the fishing. So the community, Mudiraj community or the Besta community, and even Gangaputras. There are nearly 600 families located here, out of which 60 or 70 households are leading their lives only by fishing. However, they fish in the tank only during the months of March and April, and remaining months they leave the tank and they go for other works. They allow the fishes to breed, but whereas in the month of March and April they fish a lot. That's the reason why most of the fishes in the market appear in the months of March and April. So during the rest of the year they work as small farmers or the day wage earners in other areas. So fishing in the tanks, generally they find different types of fishes like బుడ్డ పరకలు, జల్లెలు, కొడిపేలు, చందమామలు, కుంటుముక్కులు, పులిశలు, and even ఇసుక దొండ్లు. You find even the పప్పేర్లు, గండ్ర పరకలు, గురియ పిల్లలు. These all are the different species of the fishes which are found in the tanks. They catch them, and when the waters flowed into the tank, the fishes breed in them, and slowly after increase in the number during the recent times, these fishes are disappearing due to heavy usage of even pesticides and chemicals by the farmers. Because of the excessive usage of these pesticides, most of these fishes also got disappeared. That's the reason why we are doing cage culture today. We are bringing the fish seeds and leaving into the tanks today. The government of Telangana is providing a free fish seedling to the fishermen. So you can also see the most important among these are the merige, ravvalu, bochelu, and even the most favored fish of Telangana like bangar tigalu and even bomme chapa, bommalu. These are the mostly found fish species in the Telangana market, and these fishes are mainly available in markets nowadays, and they are mainly available in the Hyderabad market. From there they even transport it to the other states also. Fishes has its own special taste. Each fish has its own taste. The taste which comes for Chandamamalu doesn't has the same taste even in the Ravalu. So they have their own taste. So have you tasted any of the above mentioned fishes like Chandamamalu, Parikalu, Buddha Parkalu, any of them, Jallelu? Have you eaten any of these fish? If you haven't tasted, taste it. So in order to fish they need net. So there are different types of nets also. Peddavala is there as well as Sannavala, Dodduvala is there, and Sannavala is there. So this Sannavala has 30 eyes, 30 kanulu, whereas Dodduvala has 60 kanulu. Or whether it is, even it is called as Pedda Parisha, big Parisha. Okay, the nets are also called as Sannapuvala and Dodduvala in some areas. The nets also contain the beads. Okay, in order to catch the fish, they need some beads on the edges of it. So they catch the fish weighing from 100 grams to 5 kgs. Whereas Dodduvala weighs more, so it even catch even 25 kgs, 30 kgs fish also can be caught with the Dodduvala. But whereas with the Sannapuvala, they catch the weighs up to 100 grams to 5 kilos. The fisher folk follows two methods in order to catch the fish even. The two methods are one in shallow water and the one in the deep water. They follow Visrevala. That means they spread it, they throw it. That is called as Visrevala, which is used when there is a less water in the tank, and Kachichuvala weighs less. Fishermen go farther into the stable water and they place the net there. They spread the Kachapuvala, and these are used mostly in the occasions where you find a big catch of fishes. And fishing start for very early in the morning. Some of them use the Visrevala and some of them use the Kachachuvala in order to catch the large fishes. And on the other side, in the lake, on a ferry made with the thermocol, they go into the deep water, okay, to the center where the water is constant. They reach a place where water is very deep and spread the Kachachuvala. Fishing is done generally twice a day. Early in the morning from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning they do it, and again they catch fish from 1 to 4 o'clock, and in the evening the women of these fisher folk, they take these fishes which were caught into the market. They don't care for cold, rain or otherwise to heat while the fishing is done. The fish left over after the sale are washed neatly and dried under the sun. That's a dry fish. Have you ate a dry fish anytime? Even the fish which is not sold, they dry them When the catch is small, they take them to the Kodad market. If the catch is big, if large number of fishes are caught, then they even transport it to the other markets like Hyderabad. Usually it is the men who do fishing all over the day, and it is the women who sell them in the market. And there is even a cooperative society which got established for the fishermen. So a family needs to have a membership in the cooperative society for fishing. So the membership is decided based upon the ayakat of the lake or the tank. Generally the ayakat of the Betavolu village, the Irladevi tank is 3000 acres which got reduced to 1900 acres. So that is the ayakat or the command area. So depending upon the command area, the number of families membership will be decided of the tank. And there are nearly 339 members in the society today. Usually the society takes one member per 1 hectare of the tank, or 2.5 acres. 1 hectare is nothing but 2.5 acres. They take one family. There are 339 members in the society today, and the society pays 2,35,000 to the Department of Fisheries for fishing in the tank. The society has to purchase the seedling and put them into the tank every year, and they are supposed to pool the produce and share the earnings among all the members of the cooperative society. And recently a new practice has been seen in many of the fishing tanks. The fishermen are very poor, so the government of Telangana even given them bikes for the marketing of the fishes, and even they have provided subsidies for the seedling. The fishermen are too poor, so they need loans for running their households. They cannot afford to buy the fish seedling, so government started coming forward to give them subsidies. So fisher folk have to sell all their produce to the trader at a price fixed by them. Generally, if the price, which is usually about 10 to 20% of the actually market price, if a bomma fish is sold in the market at 100 rupees, they purchase from the fisherman only at 20 or 30 rupees. So the trader gets mostly benefited. In order to remove all these barriers or the middlemen from this trading, fishermen were given the loans directly by the government. So the cooperative societies extend loans also, and with these loans they can directly approach the market. The fisher folk could become independent from the loans and trade contractors also, and they get benefited from the fishing. Whatever they fish, they can directly sell in the market, with which they get a very good income. So this is about the Irladevi tank of Betavolu village. In the next class, we shall learn about the groundwater. Prepare a report on the fishing in the Betavolu's tank, that is Irladevi tank. Thank you, children.